Hi, welcome to Lara the Beaut. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. So today's video is October favorites. So I'm just going to share with you some things that I've been loving in October in makeup, skincare, and a bit of like hair care as well. So yeah, thumbs up the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I post on Thursday and Sunday. Happy Sunday, by the way. Yeah, so I'll just get into the stuff that I've been loving in October. Fireworks. Thanks for the introduction. Right, so I'll start with makeup. This is a Kevyn Acoin or Acoin. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but he did an interview where he actually says the right way to pronounce his name. I think it's Acoin. I can't say it, but I might insert it in this video.
Acoin. Acoin. Acoin.
This is a foundation balm from Kevyn Acoin. It's quite new. It's a foundation and it comes in this thing and it comes with a brush as well, which is this little brush. Sometimes I use the brush, other times I don't really like to use it because it's so like dense. Yeah, so I've been just kind of alternating between this and the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. What I like about this is it's very smooth. It looks good in pictures, looks good in videos, looks good in real life. I wouldn't normally go for a cream or a balm. I think creams are really good. You get a really nice finish. I think you get the best finish with creams. I wouldn't normally go for a creamy texture kind of foundation. I prefer a liquid. But the word balm just got me. I really wanted to know. I was so intrigued about. I think so many people were just thinking, what is a balm foundation? Because that's the thing about Kevyn Acoin. I think they try to be so innovative with their products, if not in the product itself, in the name of it. So I like that. Even the sensual skin enhancer, you could just easily call it a concealer or a foundation, high pigment, but a sensual skin enhancer. I like that. So even what they've got the etherealist foundation and concealer as well. So that kind of thing. Even the illuminator, the glass glow skin that I had in my favorites last time. Like, what is a glass glow skin, you know? And they've got the lip glass glow thingies as well. And it is quite polarizing. So I just thought I should see for myself because Wayne Goss didn't like it, but Kelsey Brianna J, who I love to watch, she absolutely loved it. So it kind of got mixed reviews, which anytime that happens, I always feel like I have to see for myself. And I love this foundation. Coverage is a medium. I'd say a medium to full coverage. Not sure if you can see. It's a really good match for my skin, so I love that as well. Okay, so I've got two things from Fenty. First is this Stunna lip paint. This is part of the holiday collection and this is in shade Underdawg. So I just think it's a really good fall color. I'm not too crazy about the formula because I'm only now trying out Fenty makeup. Like, I've bought a few things that I'm still trying out, but so far I really love this. Yeah, so that's the wand, which I thought would be tricky to use, but it's actually quite good and precise. So this is the shade. Yeah, so that's the color of it. I think it's the perfect release for fall, like a color like this, especially for me. I really like this kind of shade. It doesn't fade too quickly on the lips and pigmentation is good. Yeah, it lasts a decent amount of hours. It doesn't transfer easily. And it's not tight feeling, you know, sometimes with a liquid lipstick they feel kind of dry and tight, some of them, but I don't find that this does. So I like this one. Yeah, it doesn't come off easily, but I think that can be like a double-edged sword because when you actually want to take off your makeup, it can be quite hard to take it off. But all things considered, I think it's a really good liquid lipstick. Also, I like the Fenty Pro Filt'r, what is this, a powder? Yeah. This is shade Banana and I got this too, love it. So it's a very brightening powder, which I love. I love a bright under eye. It's very finely milled, very matte. So I don't ever use this without like a setting spray or a bit of rose water. Something to set the powder in because it can look a bit powdery, especially if you bake with this. I haven't baked with this. I don't think I would bake with this powder because it's so matte. I find that my concealer doesn't crease when I use this. I've only used this with the Fenty concealer. I haven't used it with the Too Faced concealer, which is my usual concealer. Yeah, and every time I use this, my concealer doesn't crease. I'm still not sure whether concealer creasing is down to the concealer or the powder. because I think when the powder is so fine, it actually sets inside the creases, if you know what I mean. So you actually get no creasing. If you blend out your creases and then set, it actually sets inside, so you don't get any creasing. I'm not sure about that. Some people say that all concealers crease, but I don't think so. I think some of them don't crease, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure whether it's down to the powder being super fine or a concealer. I think it's actually a mixture of both. You get so much powder in here as well. It's 28 grams, but I find that it's quite messy. So yeah, that's the only thing. I think it's because it's so finely milled, so it can get quite messy and go everywhere if you're not careful. But it gives a really nice flawless finish. I think it goes in your pores and makes everything smooth. I actually set my whole face today with this powder. I know it's brightening, but I went over with a warm powder as well, just to make things a bit warm, but it's really good. I set my whole face with it. What actually made me get this, well, not what made me get this, but it's like a funny, well, it's not really a funny story, but I thought it was funny. So I was at NARS just looking at the foundation. I think I was looking at the Radiance foundation. So this girl, like, well, young lady, I guess, I don't know what to call her, she just came up to me. She works at NARS. She straight away gives me like a sample of the foundation. We didn't even discuss my shade, so I just took it anyway. I think she gave me KeraCare, which I think is the right shade, but it's got like a peachy undertone. I wear Macao, which is a yellow olive, which is what I need. Yeah, and then we just kind of talked about makeup. I asked her what was on her lid. She had this rose gold thing. It's so pretty. She was like, yeah, I'll show you, come, let me show you. Yeah, and then she shows me, we kept talking about makeup, and then she said, would you like any suggestions? So obviously I'm like, yes, of course I would. Yeah, put me on. Like, yes, I would like some suggestions. And then she says, Fenty. Yeah, so she's like, Fenty. That's all I'm wearing is Fenty. I just thought because she works at NARS, she would like try to tell me. That's what people usually do. They try to sell you whatever it is the company sells that they work for. But she's like, yeah, just go to Harvey Nickel. I didn't get the powder that day, but I did eventually get it and I love it. I'll just open it so that you can see. It can get quite messy sometimes because it's so fine, but that's what it looks like. I don't even want to shake it because it literally goes everywhere. So next is the Natasha Denona palette. This is the Metropolis palette that I've used so much. This is probably the most used palette for me this month, or even makeup item. So I did a review of this palette, so I won't go on about it. Check the review out if you want to know more. But this was released for her, I think, 5th anniversary palette release. So I love this. I think it's the palette, the Natasha Denona palette that I was waiting for, even though I didn't know that I was waiting for it, because all the other ones I felt like, yeah, I like them, but I wasn't moved to buy them. But when I saw this, I loved the colors instantly. Very nice, deep, rich tones. I love that. I love that there are different formulations of shadows. It is limited edition, so if you want to check it out, I would do that sooner than later. I thought about like just keeping it and then selling it in about 4 years for £3 million. Anyway, it is limited edition, but nowadays I don't even know if companies are serious about stuff being limited edition, because they seem to re-release stuff quite often. So I don't know, it's up to you, but I love this palette. I'll just do some swatches, or maybe I won't because I did a review of it. So another palette that I've been really into is this Carnival XL Pro palette from Bperfect Cosmetics. This is the first thing that I've got from Bperfect. I wasn't really aware of them. Yeah, so this is a rainbow palette, as you can see. And this is just a mirror. I broke it. Let's move on. So the shades in this are so good, exactly what I wanted personally. So I think it's a really good rainbow palette. The yellow is okay, but it's not the best yellow. Yellows are usually quite hard, I think, to formulate, but it's got 3 highlighters, which are so good. These are really good highlighters. I thought it'd just be like a palette with, okay, some highlighters, but I wasn't expecting the highlighters to be so good. Yeah, so these are so pretty, and they've got like 3 different ones for, I guess, different skin tones, which is very considerate. I obviously love my Juvia's Place, love that for colour, but I just really wanted something that had everything all in one. So this is really good. There's actually a smaller version of this which I saw in, I think, June, because I was looking for a rainbow palette, so I saw the smaller version. But I think I just kind of forgot about wanting a rainbow palette, but I went back and they had this bigger one, which is only £2 more than the smaller one, but you've got so many more shades in this, so I love this. Pigmentation is so good. So it's got some really good mattes. I'll just kind of swatch some of them, some of the colors from this. So I'll just swatch that green as well, and maybe that shimmer. So it's got like a column of neutrals, which is very useful, I think, even though it's a rainbow palette. So yeah, so it's actually quite good. I should have done the swatches one by one, but you get the idea. Also, I really love the Fenty concealer. I didn't want to make this a Fenty thing, but I do love it. Really good match for my highlights. This is 380. This is one of the Fenty products that I've been loving as well. It's not a very high coverage, but it's very smooth, very just flawless. So I love this too. I'm wearing it now, but I've had this makeup on for 8 hours or so, so don't watch the makeup, but it is a really good concealer. Okay, so that's all the makeup that I've been loving in October, so I'll just move on to skincare. So first is this skincare investment. So this is a night repair from Estee Lauder. It's a serum. Yeah, so I've been using this for about a month and I've seen results. First of all, that's the first thing that I want to see. My skin has just really improved in just overall what it looks like, what it feels like. The texture is good. Some scars have faded my hyperpigmentation. Some of it is nearly gone. So I really like, I mean, it has to do with my whole skincare regimen, which I will film, because I think my skin is, I think it's the best it's ever been right now. But I've noticed such a huge difference ever since I took the plunge to actually buy this. So first I got this in a sample about 4 years ago maybe. But I remembered this because it is quite a popular product. That's why I saw it everywhere. It's always on billboards, in magazines and stuff. That's partly why I wanted to try it. So I tried it out at night, and the next day, I saw a difference, and I wasn't looking for a difference, you know. I just looked in the mirror, and the only thing that I remember that I did it differently was I used this. Yeah, so that was really shocking to me. To see a difference in one night. Not a huge difference, but my skin was definitely different. You know, with skincare products, including this product, you have to wait at least a few weeks to be able to see real results. You know, they say that the most important skincare ingredient is patience. So I'm used to waiting, and I am a patient girl overall. Yeah, so I knew I liked it, but I didn't go ahead and buy it because of the price of it. It is a high-end skincare product. It's about 70 something pounds. This is a 50ml, but it does last you months. Yeah, so this is definitely a staple product in my skincare routine. I am keeping this one for probably the rest of my skincare life. Not this exact one, but I will repurchase. So this comes with a dropper, so I just usually get out maybe that much and just kind of tap it into my skin. It absorbs really quickly, and usually when my skin is not damp, but when I pat dry, right after that I use this. Okay, so I'll just make this one quick because it's not an October favorite, it's just a skincare favorite of mine. So this prevents ingrown hairs. So you know when you've got curly hair, I think you're more likely to get ingrown hairs, but this, not when you've got this. So every time I shave, my bikini line is where I usually use this. You can use it under your arms, but I don't really get ingrown hairs under my arms. I think some men use this as well when they shave. But I just get a cotton pad after I've shaved, just pat it, bikini line, not anywhere else. Okay, so just there. It does have alcohol in it, so you need to moisturize soon after you use it, but it's a really good one. Lifesaver. I love this. So it's called 10 Skin, and I just usually get mine from Amazon. So next is a moisturizer. This is from First Aid Beauty. It is the Ultra Repair Cream. So this is for intense hydration. I just wanted a really intense moisturizer because it's winter and your skin is always a bit drier. in winter. And because I've run out of my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which I'm not really sure that I will repurchase that one, but this is working really good. It's got a really nice price point as well. It's £10. It's for sensitive skin, but it's a head to toe moisturizer. They do a big tub of it, but I just really wanted one for my face. It really sinks into the skin, doesn't leave a greasy film or anything, so I use this as a makeup primer as well. It's good to use under makeup, so I love this. My mouth is dry. Right, so that's all for skincare, so I'll just get into some hair stuff now. So this is the As I Am Coconut Co-Wash. I'm wearing curly hair now, so these are kinky curly bundles. I got this because, you know, when you get the hair, the extensions, you have to co-wash them, or at least it's advised to co-wash them. So I just thought I'd get a co-wash instead of just a conditioner. I'm just really uncomfortable with the idea of using only a conditioner, but this I got because it is a co-wash. It's not just a conditioner, so I expected it would cleanse the hair somewhat. I just thought I'd get into co-washing for winter. Maybe just try it out because I do have high porosity hair, which moisture just kind of goes in and out. So I like to use a lot of oils to seal in moisture, and I find that shea butter makes my hair really grow. I'm not sure if that's a good sealant. I don't know what that is, but every time I use shea butter, my hair grows so much more than castor oil or anything. I just went a bit off topic, but this is a really good co-wash. I haven't tried many co-washes, or I haven't tried co-washes at all, but I just got this based on reviews and I personally like it. I can see the dirt down the drain, you know, when I use this, and my hair feels clean. I've co-washed these bundles as well. I don't plan on just co-washing, maybe co-wash for 2 weeks and then actually use a shampoo, but yeah, I really like this. It does a really good job at cleaning the hair and all the while just keeping the hair conditioned. I'm not really sure about the technicalities of co-washing, but all I know is my hair is clean and it feels like a conditioner has been in the hair. So it doesn't have much slip, but it has more slip than some actual conditioners that I've used. So I really like this one. I like that it smells good, even though you really shouldn't pick your hair products based on smell. But there's only a bit left, and yeah, I'll probably use that to co-wash my leave out. So love this. So also for hair, I've been loving these two products from KeraCare, or is it Avalon? I just say KeraCare, okay? This is a gel. So the gel looks like this. I love that it's black, even though gel doesn't really change your hair color, even if it's a different color. So I use this gel to do a wash and go on my hair so that my hair matches the bundles. So I love this because it's a protein styling gel. I imagine there's at least a bit of protein in this. So I mentioned that I have high porosity hair, so I need a bit of protein, you know. It gives a good hold but no crunch, so my hair lasts about 5 days maybe, which is all I need anyway. So I love that. And above all, I get 0 flakes using this, which I love, because who wants to be walking around with flakes in their hair? The edge tamer I don't use as much because I don't really slick down my edges. I don't really care about slicking down, but when I use the gel on the hair, I use a bit of the edge tamer as well to make the curls last maybe an extra 2 days. So that's what I do. Not too much, so just a bit, and it gives such good hold. Yeah, so that's the edge tamer. It gives a really good hold for days. If you like to slick down your edges, I would definitely recommend this. It doesn't flake or like build up on the hair. These are really good products. I love these KeraCare products. I really want to get the oils as well. So they have the mixture of oils. It looks shiny when you first put it on the hair, but when it dries down in a few minutes, it just looks like that's just the way your hair is. Okay, so that's actually everything for hair. So the next thing is a bit weird. So this is the sriracha mayo sauce. So I like hot sauce, sriracha, I don't know how you pronounce it really, but I like mayonnaise. I love condiments in general. So I discovered this last Christmas that's usually when I really eat, okay. Anyway, so I love this sauce. It's my favorite one from the Sriracha line. It is vegan. Yeah, it says it's vegan. Yeah, so this is my favorite one, the mayo one. So they actually only sell the small one in Tesco. That's the only place that I've seen it. If you take on a fork a bit of like potatoes or just mash, a bit of broccoli and maybe some turkey, I don't know what you like, and just swiggle a bit of this, I think that your life will change. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think that you will never see things the same way again. I'm just really hyping it up. I just love this, okay? That's all. So yeah, so I love this. I think it's really good. It's not too spicy, but it does have a kick to it. You know what happened? I actually ran out of this, and then I got like the normal sriracha, and I mixed it with mayo, and it tasted even better than this. And it's the exact same color as this, but it tastes just a bit better, just a little bit better than this, if you can imagine that. You know, I was really blown away by the sriracha. But it won't be vegan if you mix the mayo in, because the mayonnaise, you know, the eggs in the mayo. So this is vegan though, if you want to try it. Okay, so I'll just add in a few, maybe 2 shows that I've watched on Netflix that I loved. I watched Living with Myself, and I watched it all in one go because it's quite intriguing. It's about this man who's kind of just fed up with life. Yeah, he's played by Paul Rudd, who I kind of enjoy watching. Yeah, so he's tired with work and just kind of fed up with everything. He's just feeling kind of lifeless. So he finds out about this treatment that you can have from a co-worker who always seems just chirpy and, you know, just in a good mood. So I don't want to spoil it, but he eventually undergoes that treatment. But what they actually do is they clone you and they throw you away, like kill you, and then the clone is actually the you now. But you won't know it because they've actually transferred the DNA, memories, everything, but he doesn't die. So they bury him alive. So there's 2 of them now. So he wakes up, goes home, finds himself. It's so weird. And I've always thought about, you know, clones being weird. It's so, oh, it's just really unsettling. Even twins I find a bit weird. Like, you look just alike, like you look the same. Even just the way we live in a multiverse, you know, like different simultaneous realities and stuff like that. It's always just really weird. Yeah, so the cloning thing is there, and it's a bit funny as well. Obviously there's more to it than that. So he has a wife and all of that. So I just found it really interesting. So another show that I watched is the Durrels. So it's about a family. They live in England, so they moved to Greece. The show is basically about how they adapt to living in Greece, and I find it just really funny, like unintentionally funny, even though I think it is intentional because it's just meant to be funny. So I just like it. Movies, a really interesting film that I watched is American Son, which is, it's got Kerry Washington in it, who I love to bits. The main themes are Black Lives Matter, like Blue Lives Matter, that kind of thing. So her son is missing, and it's really interesting because the whole thing takes place in one room. The whole movie is just in one room, and it's got so much dialogue to it. So it's just a really back and forth. I love a good debate, and that's what it felt like. Her son is missing. He's a teenager, and her husband is a policeman, and he is white too. So it was really an intense film. I found it really engaging. I love a good debate, especially if I don't like being pulled towards one side. So I like when somebody says something and kind of feel drawn to that, and then somebody says something else. Even when I am in a debate, you know, I like when the other person just says something that makes me rethink my opinion, because it just makes me think of other ways to kind of reinforce my points and taking into account what the other person said. So it's a really good film. It's called American Son. I think it's based on a play, a Broadway play. So I didn't expect to like it, but I really liked it. So that's all that I've been enjoying and loved in October. Thumbs up the video if you like it. So I did have a bit more to say, but my battery is dying. So I post on Thursday and Sunday. Thanks so much for watching.